good, y'all? Welcome back to Niner Wire. I'm your host, Sam, and today, first of all, as you can see, I'm wearing a new jersey. This is the Debo one. I said I had a new jersey in a prior video, and it came in the mail today. So now I got two red jerseys. I got this one, and I got the Kittle one. I can't point on camera right there. That's been there forever. So, yeah, jersey number 5 to my collection. I'm wearing it on stream today, so you might see in a few other videos. So, yeah, anyways, welcome back to another video today. We're going to be doing a roster breakdown. We're going to break down the 90-man roster that's currently up, debate who's going to be on the 53-man roster, make some predictions, ask some questions, highlight some key races. And for this, I have a few guests. So we have Ayush, we have Rohith, and we have AC. Those are the same guys that did the Niners draft breakdown. So, yeah, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Chilling, man. Same old thing.
Chilling. I mean, Last Dance, I know some of you guys watched. That was pretty good from what I've heard. I didn't watch it, unfortunately. But, yeah, so Ben, and we're almost getting out of it, so it's been pretty good. So can't complain too much. But anyways, let's get right into it. Before I get into it, make sure to follow me on Twitter at StoneColdKittle. And if you're watching this on Twitter, make sure to share this video. Make sure to retweet it. Do all you can. Let's get some more opinions on here. Yeah, and then also make sure to follow these guys on Twitter. Rohith's Twitter is at Rohith71. AC's Twitter is at ACCZ99. Ayush's Twitter is at AyushAcharya24. And if you have any questions or comments you want us to answer, then leave them in the comments below. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So you guys know what's going on, basically. So we're going to go through each position on the roster: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, O-line, defensive line, linebacker, cornerback, safety, and then we'll just briefly talk about special teams because there's not really much there other than kicker, punter, and long snapper, which we already have. But anyways, you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so I think let's just start with quarterback. And also someone's getting a lot of feedback right now, so just an FYI. Are you wearing headphones, AC?
Oh, I'm not.
All right, yeah, it might be you. So, if you just want to put those in real quick, that might be a good idea. So, audio quality is fine. All right, but let's start off with quarterback. So, do you guys have any questions about quarterback? I have a few that I wanted to address later on, but do you guys have any questions you want to talk about real quick?
Honestly, not really. Like the only real
I think one or two
is going to be QB3, but that's probably just going to address itself during OTC and just training camp and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think we're better off without a QB3 because last year we had Beathard as QB3 all year, and I think he was almost inactive almost every game. So I feel like Beathard could get cut or traded. I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. Because I think
Trubisky.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. But I think he would be a doable backup somewhere else. Obviously, we have Nick Mullins, who is a backup, also on a contract year, along with Beathard, so he could be a possible trade candidate. But I think Mullins will be the backup job, and obviously we'll have Jimmy Garoppolo starting. And the other quarterback that we have is Brock Rutter. I wonder, are you guys thinking that he could make practice squad maybe?
He probably could, especially if we're only going to go with 2 QBs on the 53-man roster. It wouldn't hurt to have that third guy just on the practice squad in case someone goes down.
Yeah, I think I would definitely see him on the practice squad. I think that's a good idea. We didn't hear from UAC about quarterback. If you want to say anything before we move on.
There's nothing to say. I mean, just obviously Jimmy's going to be the starter, and then Mullins was named the backup last year. And then, your point about Beathard being the third quarterback, I think that maybe we should only run with 2 quarterbacks because that kind of holds us back from
another roster spot.
Yeah, another roster spot, I guess, for another player. I mean, normally that wouldn't make a difference, but we didn't have any controversial injuries to Jimmy at all. So, I mean,
yeah,
he's obviously there for other reasons, but he's kind of wasting the roster spot, kind of not. I mean, it's whatever. I see both sides to it.
Yeah,
I think the only reason we kept 3 last year with our roster being so deep is just because it was Jimmy's first year off the ACL, and you don't know because he was still on the brace and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so he took a few hits that were kind of scary. So
yeah, but again, I think we also improved our offensive line. So this year we don't really need we don't need too much backup options. I feel like because
I don't think they'll keep a third quarterback.
Yeah, and I feel like they also really changed it up with Jimmy. Like, even though he is like one of the hearts and soul of this team, even though like he is by far the better quarterback than Nick Mullins, like if we replace Mullins, I think we'd still be a playoff team considering how good our supporting cast is. So,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but all right. Anyways, let's move on to running back. So this is going to be. There's some interesting things I have at this position, but can we all agree that it's one of the deepest running back cores in all of football right now?
If not the deepest.
Might be the deepest.
Yeah, deepest. I would say it's the deepest. I mean, you look at the players. I mean, they're not like if you look at the Cleveland Browns, like they probably have like two better running backs than some like two of our like best two running backs, I guess you can say. But I think just overall our depth is ridiculous. So I have one key race to watch at this position. That is it's a three-way race for the fourth spot on running back on our team. Last year we kept, I believe, 5, including Juszczyk. But the last spot I have a key race between Jeff Wilson, JaMychal Hasty, and Salvin Ahmed. Hasty and Ahmed are the two undrafted free agents we signed. I want to hear your thoughts on that if you have anything to add to that.
I think we have enough trust in Wilson to keep him having the fourth spot. I do think the other guy will make whoever gets the fifth spot will get the practice squad spot because Wilson wasn't on the team at all times last year, or the last 2 years. He was like practice squad, and then he'd get called up, and he was inactive a lot. And
yeah,
so
I also feel like he didn't really play after the Arizona touchdown where he scored.
Yeah, but then he got snaps in the Super Bowl though. Like he had that one route at the end of the half where he caught the first down.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like they have a lot of trust in him to start to play him in the Super Bowl.
Machine. I mean, if you look at the touches he gets and you compare it to how many touchdowns he's gotten over the past 2 seasons, I mean,
he had 5 last year.
He gets a lot of touchdowns. I mean, and I think that both just grind out those really tough yards. I don't think we have anybody on the roster who does that like Wilson does.
The Steelers game he was huge. He came in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think that might give Wilson the edge, and he ends up being our fourth running back behind Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, and Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah, definitely. You got anything to say to that, AC? Add on?
I haven't looked much at those guys, so I'm not sure much about them. I think you explained both of them on the last stream we did last weekend.
Yeah.
So, but that's much all I know about him. So I still think that Wilson will be the fourth running back. I mean, just cause that's really the only reason I have. But I mean, there's more reasons, but they're not coming to my mind right now. But I think Wilson will still be the fourth running back. I remember I was rewatching our last stream last week, and I remember you saying, I forgot who it was, saying that he could be on the
I still have Hasty making it over. I mean, it's a very bold take. Let's just put it right there. It's a bold take that I don't think a lot of people have. But I think just looking at Shanahan's scheme and looking at what Hasty provides, Hasty he's that power back that has great field vision. I took a lot of notes on him
Hasty.
That I went over last week. But I feel like he can definitely, if he doesn't make the roster, I think for sure he's going to make the practice squad. And I think he definitely has a chance to beat out Wilson. I think he's going to capitalize on that and beat him out. Bold take, as I just said. And then as for Ahmed, I don't think he's going to make the roster considering we already have Hasty, who's basically just a powerful Ahmed. So right now, my running back core for next year, I have McKinnon, Coleman, Mostert, Hasty, and Juszczyk with Jeff Wilson on the practice squad. That's my core for right now. And I think that's what we've done in the past. I think 2 years ago, we kept 4 on the roster, 1 on practice squad. And then last year we did the same thing. So yeah, that's what I got. I want to hear what you guys got too.
Yeah. I mean, I like Mostert, Coleman, McKinnon, and I have Wilson as the fourth. And then with 1 in the practice squad, I feel like that's just a logical way to go, especially since we have Juszczyk.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I basically agree with what Ayush said. It's just Mostert.
Same thing as mine. It's the same exact thing, just Wilson instead of Hasty. But I mean, if Hasty doesn't make it over Wilson, I won't be particularly surprised.
I'll be surprised
about him.
I'll be surprised not if Ahmed makes it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Hasty or Wilson make it. So Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's move on to wide receiver. There are two key
This is
races.
gonna be interesting.
This is going to be interesting. There are two key races here that just blare out right now. The first one is who's going to win the kick returner, Richie James or Travis Benjamin? I still got Richie James. I think he was one of the better kick returners in the league last year. I think a lot of people overshadow him since he didn't really score any touchdowns. But, I mean, he gets the job done. He gets those extra yards, which we need. I also think that fumble in the Super Bowl cost him a lot of trust from a lot of people, a lot of us fans. But I still think
Actually,
dude, I almost died when that happened.
Because he hasn't I don't even think he's bobbled one. He didn't bobble one all season until that
career.
He didn't bobble one at all until the Super Bowl, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I got super scared.
Yeah, and that's another reason why.
Including both teams, Hardman wasn't getting anything, and Richie James wasn't getting anything.
Yeah, the just return was just not.
It was like returning to the 17 every kickoff.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of feel like there's not going to be too much competition between that position. I know people have said Benjamin. I don't think he's going to beat out Richie James.
I will say though, I don't like Richie James that much at punt return. I like him a lot better at kick return.
I will say that too. Yeah, I think
punt return. I'd rather have someone else.
I think Ayush can return punts too. But I think he's definitely Richie James definitely the better kick returner. Now that I look at the roster, we don't really have
Ayush just to put him at punt returner and then still have him play a wide receiver almost immediately.
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth it. The injury risk is too high with that.
Yeah, I mean,
so actually, I want to throw in a name for just punt returner race, and that being Dante Pettis. I mean, Dante Pettis has the NCAA record for most punt return touchdowns in an NCAA career, and honestly, he's fallen out of favor with Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo. So he's better.
That's definitely something that surprised me the last few years with Dante Pettis not getting run.
Find some value out of him, and even as a punt return, I mean, at least it's still something.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can definitely be a viable punt returner. And that kind of leads me to my second key race. I have a race between him and Juwan Jennings. I think that could be a race to see who's going to make the roster, or maybe we go with 8 wide receivers instead of 7, which I highly doubt happens.
Yeah. I mean, if we still
that's
go
a lot of
receivers. The extra roster spot.
What?
The extra 2 or whatever.
Yeah, this year I have 4 safeties and 2 quarterbacks, and last year we had 3 and 3, so we could also go 3 safeties, 8 receivers. I doubt that happens, but the only reason I have that as a key race is I feel like Dante still has a chance on this team, even though he really fell off last year. I think he definitely has a chance. And looking at our core, like the only guy he can really be out is Juwan Jennings, who, if Dante made it over, they would immediately send Jennings to the practice squad, which is a viable option, but I think I have Juwan Jennings making it over him. I feel like it might be the best idea to trade Dante if he still has the value, because right now we're going to get the highest value for him, considering that he just had one sophomore slump and we don't know what's next for him. So, yeah.
I wonder what his value is. Because I
feel
probably a 6 or a 7.
Yeah. Probably
even if it's like a 7th rounder, I don't think he has any.
Well, I mean, we moved up 20 picks for Goodwin, who was on a contract year.
Yeah.
And did not really do much last year. Pettis did more than Goodwin, I will say, last year, in my opinion. Because he definitely did more than Goodwin, and he's younger, and he's on a rookie contract. So I feel like we can get more than just moving up 20 spots. We might do like Dante Pettis in a 7th for a 6th or something like that. Because I think
Richie James makes the decision tough in my opinion, because I feel like if we don't have him at kick return, he'd be the obvious one to get cut and keep both Jennings and Pettis. Just his kick returning makes it way too valuable.
Yeah, I would.
Opinion.
I don't know how that's going to go. I feel like if he got cut and Travis Benjamin got cut, then who would be our kick returner?
Exactly, that's what makes it tough.
That would be
we don't have someone reliable enough.
Yeah, it would probably be Ayush.
But that would be putting too much of like.
Yeah,
so we have before. We had like DJ Reed or something,
then
right?
What's the point of us trading up for him if we're just going to put him at kick return and then just ask him to run routes almost immediately?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I think that's the only reason why I really think Richie James.
who do we have that without like besides Richie James for what? We had like DJ Reed or somebody.
Oh,
right?
DJ Reed was terrible at kick returning.
Yeah, he was horrible.
He like fumbled everything.
The only return I remember him making was the Lions game like way early.
Yeah, and that got called back too.
Yeah, I got called back because he held.
He held. That was other than that, like I think he fumbled a lot in the Chiefs game, and he had some other miscues towards the beginning of his rookie year, but
we'll look at the stats. That's what we got to Google.
Yeah, I mean, where hold on, if I look it up, DJ Reed's stats, I want to see how many if he had any fumbles.
Jennings or Hurd to tight ends, which is something we brought up last podcast.
I've heard about that. I don't think that will necessarily. I mean, we drafted the tight end. That's the other thing. Like,
yeah, that's what makes it more.
It makes it hard too.
Yeah,
because we'd have 3 if we keep Dwelly.
Yeah. Okay, so DJ Reed only started 2 games at kick returner. How many? Is there any fumbles? There's no stats on fumbles or anything. Actually,
only if you go up. Wait, are you on Pro Football Reference?
Oh wait, events. Oh, that's defense and fumbles. Oh.
Yeah, no, but if you look at the fumbles, so the amount of times fumbled, both lost and recovered by own team. So it's just how many times he's just fumbled.
All right.
So he fumbled twice.
He fumbled twice. Right there. Oh, no, that's on. Oh, yeah, that is. Is that a forced fumble? Is that a defensive fumble or a offensive fumble? No, that's
by the way it looks, it's an offensive fumble because
that is
fumble.
Now I look at it
because you have FF and then FR, so FMB probably is just a regular fumble.
Yeah, so that would make sense. But spoiler alert for DJ Reed, I don't see him making the roster this year. I think considering we have Richie James there, I think they're just going to stick to their plan with him. Even though I think we might need a better punt returner, I think they'll just stick to their plan. So for receivers, I got Ayuk, Debo, Bourne, Hurd, Trent Taylor, Juwan Jennings, Richie James, and then for practice squad, I'll have either Chris Fink or Sean Poindexter making that, but we'll see what happens with that. So that's what I got for receiver.
I got Debo, Ayuk, Richie, Hurd, Trent Taylor, Kendrick Bourne, and probably Jennings.
Yeah, so
maybe Pettis. It's between them two. I'd probably take Pettis over Jennings for now, just because I feel like Pettis can still kind of figure it out, but like. I don't know. That's a toss up.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of the key battles to watch in training camp. So yeah, what do you two got, Rohith and AC?
I got Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Hurd, Trent Taylor, Kendrick Bourne, Juwan Jennings, and Richie James. So basically,
so same what I had basically.
Yeah.
What about UAC?
Basically, the 7. So Debo, KB, Hurd, Ayuk. See, we got so many receivers that I'd be forgetting the names of these people.
I know.
Yeah,
I mean, I should have just wrote this down. Like, I knew I should have wrote this down at least for this group because I'd be forgetting names.
I'm just
going up with the 7 you guys got because I can't remember names.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the most likely 7 if we're being completely honest.
Yeah.
I'd personally probably take Pettis over just for now, but like Juwan Jennings in the practice squad, I don't know because.
I mean, we'll see.
Really
good. I
mean.
I think that's probably going to be the biggest race to watch right there. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So all right.
But if you watch Juwan Jennings on tape, he's basically an anti-Dante Pettis.
Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
The fact that he goes after people, and I think that fighting mentality, I think that's going to put him over the top, put him on the roster over Pettis.
But we also got to think how many of these receivers are coming off injuries. Like a lot of them are coming off injuries, so being on the practice squad isn't like a end all be all. So like being on the practice squad, they could be back on the practice squad by the start of the regular season.
Everybody else was healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you said about Hurd being hurt. I think they're really liking how Hurd's progressed. So or AC said that, but I think they like how Hurd's progressed. So I don't think they're too worried about him. And I think like he's one of Shanahan's guys. So I don't think there's going to be any doubt that he makes the practice squad. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. And one key thing, as pointed out by Ty, there is no Dante slander. Let's just put that out there, y'all. If you know, you know. There is no Dante slander.
Dante's on my list. He's the 7th one.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's move on to tight end. I think this is the easiest position to talk about. Kittle, Dwelly, Werner with Helm on practice squad. That's all I got. That's really all I have to say.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's it right there. I mean,
yeah. All right, moving on. I guess that's all we really know. So
maybe.
What?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens there.
We'll see what happens.
The only other guy that could make it is Chase Harrell, who is the only other tight end on our roster listed right now. But he was, I believe, the second string tight end at Arkansas, and the first string tight end didn't get drafted either. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting.
Fun fact of the day.
Fun fact of the day. Yeah, exactly.
Fact of the day. There you go.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Anyways, let's move on to offensive line. And there's one glaring key race, and this is going to be one of the biggest races that we're going to talk about today, and that is right guard. So the three guys I have for that are Brunskill, McKivitz, and Tom Compton. I want to hear what you guys have to think about that race, and who do you think is going to take the cake?
I think Brunskill's going to win the starting job, and Tom Compton's going to take the backup behind Brunskill, and I think Compton's the odd man out here, and either we'll find a way to stash him somewhere, or we'll just straight up cut him.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think they would put Compton on the practice squad. I feel like
I don't like Compton.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like his game.
I've heard he was bad. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've only time I hear his name is when people are making fun of him. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that.
Sam, do you answer your question about if Tom Compton could make the practice squad? He can. He has 8 seasons in this league. So.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't have him making practice squad. Like, I think this is kind of probably his last chance right here because he didn't even start on that Jets O line, which is one of the worst offensive lines in football.
But who knows? I mean, Shanahan's scheme is like, I don't know, it works wonders for offensive linemen out of nowhere.
Did it to other people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, the zone running.
I mean, Laken Tomlinson was seen as a bust, and we got him for what, a 6th?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's
he's one of the better guards in the NFC.
It's just Shanahan knows how to work with an offensive lineman.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, dude. So yeah, but
lateral movement.
Yeah, I have Brunskill winning this race. I mean, he beat out Mike Person towards the end of the year. And I think he's just going to keep it up right there. So that's why I got him winning. Yeah. I do think McKivitz is still going to make the roster, obviously, because we drafted him this year, and we need to see how he pans out. So
in the 5th.
Yeah, 5th round picks. 5th round Lynch back at it, or day 3 Lynch, as we called him last video.
Day 3 Lynch.
Back at it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But for the offensive line, it's basically the same as last year. Obviously, there's a few changes with players out, players in. So Trent Williams at left tackle, Tomlinson at left guard, Richburg at center, Brunskill right guard, McGlinchey right tackle. And then off the bench, we'll have Colton McKivitz, Ben Garland, Justin School, and then I have Sean Coleman making it. The Niners seem really high up on him. He's had injury.
Yeah, didn't he tear his ACL?
Only reason I remember Sean Coleman.
Broke like his leg and like something.
Yeah,
it was the first injury of the year. I was watching the preseason game.
Yeah, he was our first guy to go down, and they seem to have liked him. I think from what I heard last year, like he had a legit shot at making the roster. So I think
he had that devastating injury. So obviously,
injury.
Yeah,
so
he
I think
shattered his leg.
Yeah,
I mean, he's had a year. He'll have had a year to recover. So I think he can come back, make the roster. If it's not him, probably Tom Compton, considering we might, now I look at it, we don't really have a true guard off the bench. We have, McKivitz and Garland can play guard, but we might want to have, I don't know who would be, let me see the roster right now. I want to see. There's not that many people listed at guard specifically. Oh, Ross Reynolds is the other guy that made the practice squad last year, who is listed as a guard, Iowa guy. So there's a lot of chemistry there between some of our guys on the team. So, he could make it, but I doubt he'll probably be another practice squad guy though.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't have anyone like set on practice squad because I don't really know our backup offensive linemen that well. So
because the starters are the ones who we really need to focus on because they're the ones seeing the most play time.
Yeah, definitely. You never hear about backup offensive linemen unless it's like they're actually
hear about
starting
practice squad offensive linemen at all.
Yeah, you guys heard of?
Yeah,
have you guys heard of
squad
what's his name? Have you guys heard of Kofi Amichia? That's one of our backup offensive linemen right there. So, I mean, you never hear about them. The more you learn,
the more you know.
The more you know. Speaking of the more you know, I made a 49ers roster quiz. If you want to play that, I tweeted that out a few days ago. Make sure to do that. Make sure you can get familiar with the roster before training camp starts. So, yeah, just a fun fact, I guess. But anyways, let's move on to the defensive side. So,
I got to try that.
Starting with the line, what's good, Andre? What's good, Ty? What's good, everyone who's tuning in right now? All right. Starting with defensive line. First question I have, I don't have any key races for this one. I have a pretty set defensive line. But my question right now is, does Solomon Thomas get traded?
Maybe.
I mean,
I'd lean towards no, but I mean, I kind of hope he does. I don't know. Like it's
I mean, he's not coming back after this year. I don't think.
I mean, if you want to take a look at that, I mean, Arik Armstead made his big leap in his 4th year in the league.
Well,
but that also was farther ahead than Thomas was in my opinion.
I feel like
for sure.
Armstead was always
injury
an elite run defender. He just needed to get his sack numbers up or work on his pass rush. Like Thomas, I don't think there hasn't been anything that has convinced me okay, maybe this is his year. Like with Armstead, I was like, okay, this guy's a good run defender, and if he could just,
we have been playing Solomon Thomas out of position for basically his entire career.
That is true. You do have to factor.
I'm not ready to give up on Solomon Thomas. I think he still has a chance, but I feel like this year might be his last shot because.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Because
I don't think we're bringing him back.
5th year option, meaning after this year he's a free agent.
Yeah, they talked about. There was news reports that talked about even though they declined the option, which was kind of the obvious choice.
Yeah.
They talked about even bringing him back. So.
Well, if they brought him back, it would be a cheaper contract than the 5th year option. So
exactly, it's a cap thing.
It's a cap thing. I mean, they need to save. I think we only have 16 million cap, and I think almost all of that's going to go to Kittle.
Yeah, that was the same in the chat. 16 point something.
It's 16.6. I would not be surprised if they gave all of that money to Kittle. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Thomas and also some other guys on the defensive line who I think we'll probably start worrying about next offseason, probably D Ford and those other guys. But anyways, let's talk about who you think is going to make the rosters. So I want to hear what you guys have to say first because I feel like I've been going first for everything. So if anyone wants to start off.
Box out of the way real quick, that being Arik Armstead, D Ford, Javon Kinlaw. And those are who I got so far as just locks on the defensive line, unless I'm forgetting anybody.
Jones.
DJ Jones.
DJ Jones and Ronald Blair. I think those guys.
I think those two are definitely
both. Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
We got too many people. We got too many people at certain positions.
I know.
Wait.
Don't worry, bro. I forgot about receivers. Because we signed 10 receivers this past
that
season.
makes sense. We have a ton of receivers. But here's the thing: we drafted Bosa second overall in the draft last year, and I completely forgot that he's still.
You forgot about Bosa? Oh, I thought you forgot about DJ Jones, and you were laughing at that. I was like, oh, okay. But Bosa, that's.
I forgot his name. Bosa. I'm like, oh shit. Well, there goes all my credibility.
Yeah. But yeah, I think. Here, do you mind if I tell you what I have right now?
Yeah, sure. Go
ahead.
All right, so I have Bosa, Ford, Armstead, Kinlaw, DJ Jones, and then those are the locks in my opinion, and Ronald Blair. So that's 6, and then I think we kept 10 last year or 9 last year. I have 9 this year. The 3 other guys I have are Julian Taylor, Contavious Street, and Solomon Thomas. And if Solomon Thomas is traded, then I have Kerry Hyder making the roster. We signed him from, I believe, Dallas. Or Detroit. No, he was with Detroit before Dallas.
I think it was Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas last. He didn't do much in Dallas. His best year
was the Lions.
That was. And then once Patricia came in, he was done in Detroit. So
yeah, but his best year in Detroit was with guess who? Chris Court. I'm not even going to try and say
defensive line coach, right? Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
I mean,
him.
I think
I'm not even going to try and say something because I'm going to butcher it.
My head is spinning right now with all these damn names, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
to deal with.
I also wouldn't be surprised if Julian Taylor didn't make the roster or made practice squad, considering his injury history. He was injured almost all of his rookie year. Last year, he tears his ACL in the practice, I mean, that guy, he's just glass right now, but hopefully I've seen what he can do on the field, like when he's healthy. Like he's decent. He's definitely a good defensive tackle for our team, but I don't know what's gonna happen with him. So, but those are the 9 I have on right now. So
yeah, outside of that,
those are probably the 9 I have as well.
The 8 I have making the team for sure, bearing trades, are I got Bosa, Armstead, Ford, Kinlaw, Jones, Blair, Julian Taylor, and I think Solomon Thomas obviously makes it without a trade, obviously. And then, I mean, after that, it could be Street, it could be Hyder.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Hyder made it over Street. That's a good point. I never even thought about that. I mean,
it depends on what they feel like they need more at the 9th or 10th spot.
I
mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. That could be a key race.
Given D4's injury history, you never know.
I mean, if you saw what he did in college and then like what he did in the limited playing time that we gave him, he was solid.
Contavious Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see him too much on the field. Did he have any sacks last year?
No.
He had like a tackle.
He had a couple of nice tackles.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, that's definitely a race I didn't even think about, him and Hyder. So I think
nobody signed DeMontre Moore yet, right?
No, I don't think we're bringing him back though.
We aren't. I don't think we are at this point.
That's well, he was good last preseason, and injury, that ACL tear. I think he's still trying to recover from it.
Yeah, so, I liked him on the field though. Like he was really good that Cardinals game. He was good the Packers game.
Cardinals game, the Packers, dude. He balled out those. I would be happy to bring him back, and if he was healthy, I would for sure bring him back.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So that's what I got for defensive line. You guys got anything to add on to that?
Not really.
No.
Really? All right. Let's move on to linebacker. There is one key race that is just blaring out at me. Joe Walker versus Azeez Al-Shaair. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that.
I totally forgot we signed Joe Walker.
I forgot too until I was kind of doing that, making that roster because Joe Walker's there, but he's a really good run stopper, which is why I think he could definitely make the roster. So I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Though. How's this coverage?
I don't necessarily know. I haven't done too much research on him, but he was here. Wait, what were his stats last year? He was on Arizona last year. I don't know if he started or not, but let me see.
I don't think he did, but I remember hearing his name a couple times, obviously, when we played against the Cards, mainly in the first game. Made like a couple tackles or whatever, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could be a viable option. No, so last year he started 11 games.
Yeah, so he had 65 tackles.
Yeah, 11 games, 65 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 QB hit, 5 tackles for loss. Anything else?
No sacks.
He had a touchdown last year.
I mean, that's pretty solid for a depth move. That's really good.
I think it was definitely a good move by us to get him. But yeah, it's going to be between him or Azeez Al-Shaair. And I have him winning because I think we can put Al-Shaair on practice squad.
Exactly, yeah.
Azeez wasn't really that good, and Azeez. Well, did he get much playing time last year?
He started the Seattle game.
No, he did when Quan Alexander went down. We had to start him.
He had to start the Seattle game, but he was okay. I mean, obviously he's not your starting guy, but
he would make a tackle and then get all up in the guy he tackles face right after the play.
Yeah, I know.
All my linebackers did all season, bro. It was hilarious.
He's one of those guys in Madden where the pass is just way over their head. The cornerback got burnt, and then he's just celebrating. Yeah, he's just like that.
All the time, bro.
So,
that makes me laugh. It's just like you did nothing.
I target the DB. I target the DB the next play because that shit's so annoying.
I know. It's crazy, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you guys think that if who makes the roster, Joe Walker or Al-Shaair, do you think someone else makes the roster?
Do you think there's any chance we carry 5 linebackers
to the practice squad?
Yeah. What were you saying, Rohith?
Do you think there's any chance we'd carry 5 linebackers?
That's what I have right now. I have Warner, Quan, Greenlaw, Walker, and Nazacha right there. Nazacha's good on special teams, dude.
I forget about a lot of people, man.
Dude, that week 1 performance by Nazacha,
block punt and a pick.
Block punt pick. He is good. He's legit on special teams.
That was Nazacha.
I know. I think 2018 he almost made a Pro Bowl.
Yeah. It's because like he's like German or something, right? And so like all his people voted.
Oh yeah, all the Germans voted for him, but he's also like he's also good. He's actually also good on special teams. So
Oh yeah, he's our special teams guy.
Yeah,
like, I barely pay attention to special teams. It's just like,
well, I know he's on the guys that mainly are on special teams. I see all the time are Mostert, him, Bourne, Tavarius Moore. I can't think of anyone else.
I see Dwelly all the time.
Dwelly's seen here and there a bit.
It was Mosley. Mosley was on special teams before he started.
Mosley was on special teams, I think. And I think
Hello took over.
Yeah, they always have like secondary guys.
Definitely. It was like I think is it McFadden or Reed that I see all the time back there? I'm not sure, but one
Reed,
of them.
I think McFadden got cut a while ago.
Yeah, Reed.
That guy was cut 2018, I think.
yeah, I'm thinking different years.
Yeah, but I think Reed's also back there. Speaking of DJ Reed, let's move on to cornerback if you guys are okay with that. I have one big race right here. It's a 6-man race. I think 2 of these guys are going to make the roster. Whoa. So it's for the last 2 cornerback spots on our team. First of all, the locks are Mosley, Sherm, Witherspoon, and K1 Williams. Those are locks for sure.
And
then I think we're going to carry 6, and I have a 6-way race between those last 2 spots. So DJ Reed versus Jason Barret versus Dante Johnson versus DeMarcus AC. Oh, it's a 5-man race versus Tim Harris. So
Dante Johnson, he's gone immediately. So make that 4.
Make that 4. Okay, so let's just take him off. So
you just gonna cut the legend like that?
You just cut
the legend of Johnson.
The Niners will always
shame. You should
Dante
have shame.
Johnson always is there. I mean, it's kind of
he's always passed back and forth between us and Seattle. It's just back and forth.
I know. Was he with Miami for a bit last year, or I don't know?
No, that was Adrian Colbert.
Oh, that was Colbert. I'm thinking of But yeah, anyway, so right now the only reason I have DJ Reed and Jason Barrett getting cut. I think DJ Reed has done nothing for us. Let's just put that out there. I haven't seen him do anything.
To be completely honest, he's done nothing of substance, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing. No, that wasn't even him. That I was thinking of. I was thinking that fumble in the Bears game. That wasn't even him.
Wasn't that?
Oh wait, no. The only thing he did for us is recover that fumble at the end. That fluke fumble at the Arizona game for a touchdown. That was all he did. That's literally all he's done for our team.
Also, I realized when I said McFadden, I think of Moore.
Yeah, Tavarius. It was Tavarius, McFadden, Tavarius Moore, and they wore the same number. And they both wore 33 at training camp that year.
Yeah, that's what I flipped for the
remember that. So
special team spot.
Yeah, but and then the other guy, Barret, I don't have him making it. I just think he's too injury prone. I mean, he's kind of washed and injury prone, so I feel like they're just going to want to bring on someone. First of all, Tim Harris was drafted last year, didn't play at all because of injury, so they're going to want to give him a shot for sure. And then, as I said in the last video, DeMarcus AC, I really like that kid a lot.
Out of Missouri.
Out of Missouri. So I would not be surprised. I think a lot of people are doubting AC. I think he's going to make the roster over those 2. So that would be Sherm, Mosley, Witherspoon, Williams, Harris, and AC. So yeah. And I want to hear what you guys have about that 5-man race.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Harris or AC ends up on the practice squad just to keep one of Barret or like someone like that. Just because I don't know. Because last year I remember Sherman talking about Barret in training camp and saying he's putting on a show. Obviously, it's dependent on his injuries, but like if he's healthy in camp, it's hard for them to cut him. Obviously, once the season starts, he's probably gonna get hurt 2 games into the season, and then the practice squad player comes in. Yeah. But until he gets hurt, I feel like he's got a spot.
I feel like they'll give him a chance.
To be honest, I agree with Ayush on this one, and I think that's probably how it's going to end up being. It's going to end up being Sherman, Witherspoon, Mosley, Williams, AC, and then Barret. And then we're going to have Harris on the practice squad, and then if someone gets hurt, and unfortunately, I feel like that's an inevitability because I feel like everybody on the 49ers gets hurt almost every season.
It's a win for Barret.
If it's just a win.
But
when did God decide?
Yeah, I also think the other thing about Barret is once he came in, Witherspoon's play went significantly up. So I think that's another reason why they could keep him because he's going to push the other guys to beat him out. Because right now, I mean, he's still he can still be considered a legit number 2 cornerback if he can stay healthy and do everything there.
And I mean, if you see him play, like when you see him play when he's healthy, he's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler when he's healthy, but
Barret?
Well, he was a Pro Bowler when he was healthy, and then he kind of just like fell off. But we'll see.
That's mainly because of injuries, obviously.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think it was anything because of his play. It's just
I know it's probably that's the thing when he's healthy. He was a Pro Bowler when he was healthy, so I mean he still is a viable number 2 option. Are we talking about
Barret or
we're talking about Barret right now?
Jason Barret.
Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of going back and forth with all these guys jumping around, but.
I mean, Witherspoon, you look at the first 2 weeks, even the beginning of the first 3 weeks, like he looked like he was on his way.
Yeah, and then great, and then he got injured, and then I feel like he never really recovered properly at all.
Yeah, well, he never.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of got rushed back too.
He kind of got rushed back because it was Mosley still at number 2 cornerback. Yeah.
They
were trying to play him in the Seattle game.
That, like one series.
Right? Yeah, I know.
After the touchdown, that was horrible.
Oh my god, that was sad.
But we're talking about Barret's he was in position to make the play. I mean,
Barret.
But it was just a matter of just positioning just a little tiny bit better, and that was an interception rather than a touchdown.
That it's the saddest. It's the saddest tenure you will ever see. Like, it's really so.
It's not funny.
Yes, but all right. Anyway, so. You guys got anything to add on the cornerback?
Not really.
Yeah, I feel like right now I feel like I'm not giving you guys a chance to talk. So please cut me off if I'm talking way too much. I feel like I kind of am right now. So
I feel like what we were talking about with the injuries, like it's just practice squad. One guy's gonna be on the practice squad.
Yeah,
and I'm like 99% sure they'll be up to the team by like week 4.
Yeah, and like more often than not, we're all just in consensus, and it's just like we're just moving through it all. So it's just like when one person says something, it's basically the same for all of us because it's just a general consensus.
Our roster is just like so like not basic, but I mean pretty much the whole team except for like 2 guys are back, and we already
there was very minimum roster turnover, so it's basically just.
I mean,
that just comes from being a contender, making the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's like we lost one backup running. Well, the starters we lost a receiver. We lost our receiver, left tackle, right guard, defensive tackle. Yeah, that's it. And then we replaced him with a guy with more potential, a better left tackle, a better right guard, and
to be determined.
A cheaper left tackle, cheaper defensive back. Sorry, but I like how we did this offseason with improving those losses. So
I mean,
we basically sustained our team with
just by saving parallel movements.
Yeah,
so it's just like
there was no like one move. I mean, maybe the Buckner trade, but
that was
that one just hurt. That, I'm not even gonna front. That just hurt.
There was no other move that like. I guess shocked us in a sense because I mean the Sanders one we kind of knew like we didn't have the
once
money
we had
for
the
it,
third.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying we have to re-sign Sanders, and then once we got that 13th pick, I was like, oh, Jerry Jeudy's available, CeeDee Lamb's available. Obviously, we didn't get those, but look at it now. Like we don't need a receiver because we can draft one.
Yeah, I mean at the time of free agency, it didn't seem necessary.
And more importantly, we got Kyle Shanahan who can just turn like almost any scrub into just a great wide receiver.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we got right there. So, do you guys want to move on to the last position, safety?
Yep.
All right, let's do that. So, the one key race I have is for the strong safety spot on our team. Marcel Harris, or not even strong safety, just safety in general. The last safety on our team. I have 4 guys making it. But one race I want to talk about, Marcel Harris versus Jared Maiden. Maiden did pretty well at Alabama, but I have Harris making it over him. I think Harris is just the better fit in general. Like he's the better run defender, which I think our coverage is good. I think run defense has not been good. And plus Harris really stepped it up towards the end of the year with his coverage. Yeah. Just needed to make sure to secure that ball. But
wait, wasn't Marcel Harris the one that forced the fumble on Lamar Jackson?
That was one of my favorite.
That was crazy. That was the game he came in too. He came in like
when Tart got hurt.
I remember that. I remember that play so much. Just the fact that I was pissed because like it was like 3rd and 1. It was a read option, and you knew.
Yeah, and he got like 20.
Exactly.
All you saw was green. All you saw was green, and then like Harris just rips the ball away from. So that's why I remember that play so much because I was like, I went from pissed to hella happy in like 3 seconds just because.
And then it was the opposite with the Rams play where the ball was floating in the air and he jumps it perfect, and you're like, game's over. We got.
Oh, dude! Oh my God, that was just devastating. That
was just. Oh my God.
I mean, thank God we won that game, but
because that game was scary too.
But didn't
if we lose
exactly something happened in the Falcons game too? The ball was going straight to a DB's hands or something, and then
I erased that game from my memory.
Was that
Warning? Yeah, I don't remember that game.
All I know is Kittle caught like
11, 13.
All I remember about that game is how Kittle pancaked the hell out of that guy and then laughed his ass off in the end zone. That's the only thing I remember about that game.
Yeah, I erased that game from my memory. Like,
but it felt like we had so many of the same incidents happen over and over again. It's just like, and it just feels like it's been the same result over and over again, except for like once.
Yeah, I know.
That game did teach us a lesson though, because I mean, it
led to the green lock.
It went low on Julio, and he just went into.
Yeah, that led to the green. I mean, thank God we worked on that.
Positive.
Yeah, I mean, thank God it didn't matter too for our record. Like, I mean, we hit low and then it didn't matter because came down in week 17 and then we hit high and it worked out. So
the only thing you could have been mad about was obviously if we won that game, we wouldn't have had to play that stressful ass game in Seattle.
Wait, no, if we won that game, then we would have won the division week 16 because Seattle lost week 16.
Yep.
Seattle lost.
I don't think Seattle would have lost week 16.
Actually, no, the Seattle loss would have been irrelevant since we beat the Rams. That alone makes
exactly.
Well, no,
what I'm saying is I don't think Seattle would have lost week 16 had we won against Atlanta. I feel like they would have played like a must win. They kind of took it easy because it didn't matter if they won or lost.
Oh yeah, you're kind of right there, but that does make a bit of sense. They were still injured to hell that week though. So
yeah, they were. Hey, who knows?
Anyway, let's talk about that safety race. So Marcel Harris versus Jared Maiden. Who do you guys got for that?
I got Harris. I feel like he stepped it up towards the end of the year.
I think Maiden's gonna be one of our practice squad guys, and I think Harris gets the spot over him.
Mm-hmm. What about
just combine their two opinions, and that's mine.
Perfect.
It's
all right, so
it's literally the same. Like it's just basic. Like we know who the starters are going to be, and then
I feel like, and then
we'll have more.
Yeah, so Tart.
Honestly.
Yeah, so
I mean, do we even have any starters battles besides right guard and maybe running back? Like, there's really no.
I don't even think like
not really.
Running back is not a thing in our system.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Like we just give it to the. It's like give it to the hot hand. It's just like you don't need a starting running back.
Powell does start the game with Coleman though, like half the time.
He probably
he is our biggest and strongest back, so he just helps like gauge the defense. And Shanahan's just like, okay, do I just go with this guy? Do I go with this guy, or do I just stay here and just do whatever?
I think they'll probably.
He just effortlessly gets 5 yards every carry. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before in the chat. Like when you guys see him run, I swear it looks like he doesn't. It looks like he just like goes to like 50%. Like it doesn't even look like he's trying.
I mean, I want to say it's because he's a track star, but
yeah, that's what.
Yeah, he was.
But so it might be surfing or something. I have no idea. But
wait, are you talking about?
Are you talking about Coleman or Mostert?
I mean, both.
Mostert was both the track star and the surfer.
Yeah, Mostert was the surfer. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
every time he runs, it's effortless. I swear. Like I just like he's not even trying. He's still outdoes it.
He runs upright, and then like the Packers game when he had that fourth touchdown, he ran the guy over, and he was like running upright, which made no sense. He was stumbling, running upright.
Packers. I think I don't know if I have this on my phone. There was like, hold on. If I can find it, I'll show it to you guys. But in the meantime, can we just all agree that the safeties for the team are Tart, Ward, Moore, and Harris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with
same as last year.
What?
I said same as last year.
Last year, exactly. All right. I want to see if I can find this, I'll show it to you guys. And then special teams, obviously, Gold, Wisnowski, and Kyle Nelson. That's pretty easy.
It's so basic. It's not basic, but straightforward. Everything's so straightforward.
All right.
It helps that you had a successful season, so there's going to be very minimum roster turn because it's like you know you have a talented roster because you only
we
got
were
that far
building,
because of the talent on
We'd
your
be
roster.
having a longer conversation if we were like talking about like a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, for last year for sure. I think there were a lot of
even
guys.
last
Year.
Yeah.
I mean,
remember what conversation we had last year.
I mean, you think
Yeah.
back at last year, we were arguing between who'd be wide receiver 1 between Dante Pettis and Marquise Goodwin, and now neither of them
neither of them are like neither of them.
Neither of them are just
one of them is on a different team, and the other one might not.
We don't even
make the
both
team.
of them might not make the team. So
I know. I mean, it's kind of crazy how things have changed. Did you guys see my tweet from I think it was yesterday? It was like, this is my first NFL game in 2016. This was our team.
Oh
yeah,
the
I
2016
saw
Pats
that.
game.
What was it? Harper. We had Harper starting receiver.
Yeah, Chris Harper. It was. Let me pull it up. It was Chris. It was Chris Harper. It's my pin tweet. Let me pull it up.
I think our wide receivers were Jeremy Curley, Chris Harper, and then Rod Streeter.
Quentin Patton.
We had Streeter.
We had our offensive line was Joe Staley, Zane Beatles, Daniel Kilgore,
Zane Beatles so much.
Trent Brown, and our backs and receivers was Quentin Patton, Vance McDonald.
Oh no!
I remember McDonald.
He scored a touchdown that game though, so
he played pretty well on the Steelers though.
Yeah, he's doing well on the Steelers. Did horrible with Chip Kelly.
This problem is just that.
Let's just get that out there.
The fact that Kaepernick put up 16 touchdowns with those scrubs in 10 games is impressive.
Kaepernick should not be out of the league. I mean, that's let's keep that. Never mind.
Let's not go there for now.
When Chip Kelly got fired, I was exactly what I was EDP that video. I was the exact same. Like, what's up with it, cuz that video.
We had Tom Sula, then Chip Kelly. Oh my God.
Tom Sula, I feel bad for him. He was a good defensive line coach.
He got played.
He did not deserve.
He got bad card. He got played a bad hand. Like
I know exactly. He
should not have been a head coach.
Oh,
he's on the Cowboys now with Aldon Smith though.
Dude, we literally went from worst front seven to best front seven. So we had Buckner, Glenn Dorsey, Quentin Dial, Ahmad Brooks, Nick Bellore, Gerald Hodges, and Eli Harold as our front seven.
Oh no!
Crazy. I remember all of those guys except for Bellore, and even like Bellore. If someone told me that name, I'd be like, "Wow."
Bellore was mostly just a special teams guy until everybody got injured, and then we had to put him at the starting position.
We traded him to Detroit, I believe.
Oh, dude, can you guys see this? This was at the Atlanta game.
I was in Georgia. I was in the Georgia Dome for that Atlanta game, and that was.
I'm so sorry.
Marcus Martin. Wow.
I don't even know.
Oh my God! The receivers are hilarious.
Jocelyn Garnett.
The memories.
I remember we traded up Seattle or something.
Let's look at the good side. That's why I don't take these teams for granted like that we have right now. That's why I never do that. I cherish these teams with.
No, I remember those teams. Even those teams, I was like, I remember Jeremy Curley or something came out and said we're making the playoffs this year. And I was like, oh, yeah, we're making the playoffs this year. Let's go. We were not making
and then he just gets cut, and then we go 6-10.
Yeah.
Because he was our best receiver.
Why would you cut Robinson? You remember Rashard Robinson? I was so mad when we traded him at the deadline.
Pass interference machine.
You were mad when you traded Rashard.
No, because, I remember his rookie year, like, he had fly. He's kind of like Witherspoon. There's like a love-hate. But, like, I thought he had potential.
I've ever seen play the game of football. And that was him and Greg Mammon are the best players I've ever seen play red and gold.
Bruh, Greg Mammon had me so pissed. That Monday Night Football game.
Even when we were good, Terrell Brown made me mad a lot.
Yeah, so
so actually now I actually thought of a question. So the roster from like 20 obviously from our 3 NFC championship games. So who was the player that pitched all off the most even though we were good? Was there any player that you guys were like
first year it's obvious?
Honestly, just any of our DBs to be honest. Like whenever the pass rush didn't get home, our DBs were just getting burnt over and over again. I'm just
Terrell Brown to me. I feel like he was always getting burned like that. The Falcons NFC Championship game.
Oh, he was either getting burnt or he'd always get flagged for PI, and I'm just like,
I know Terrell Brown.
What were you doing?
Annoying.
Oh, and then AJ Jenkins too. That's the other guy.
Never say that name.
Oh my God! Don't ever say that name again, bro. That's a cursed name.
That game
That's the worst player.
Holy crap.
He got a live shout out on a 30 Rock live show.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
AJ freaking Jenkins, dude. Oh my God.
All right, let's focus on the good time.
One target in his entire NFL career, and he dropped it.
Yes. All right, let's just focus on the good times. you guys have anything else to say for the video?
Nah, not really.
All right, let's end on like.
I can't think of anything I want to say.
All right. If
It's
you
like
can't think of anything,
like
then
so
I'll
much of an
probably-
agreement that it's just so easy. Just like everything just blends together.
I know. So yeah, if we have nothing else to say, I'm just gonna end the video right here. For those of you guys watching, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back some other time. I'll try to bring some new streams soon. So yeah, and thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Go Niners.
Go Niners.